Headlines. New game from developers. The big game coming out from developers. Hideo Kojima goes to the zoo and accidentally streams it. Bigger game released. Buggy. And SJWs are a bunch of whiny women that belong in the kitchen. Welcome to Ramble On, episode 60.
All quite feasible.
60. All very feasible. In fact, some of them is basically what IGN invent news articles about every fucking day.
I think you've just done all my news in one for the past 6 months.
I mean, the great thing is they're interchangeable names, so you can just go.
This game is
EA,
shit.
piss off people, and then next week, Ubisoft, piss off people.
I might try that when I'm in a lazy mood.
Yeah,
I might just switch the names around and do
next
last
time,
week's.
I think you should just invent a news article midway through.
Yeah, really, flame bait sort of one.
Really flame bait one, which will be obviously true, because you just say EA infuriates the community of a long-standing franchise.
Yeah.
Never named a franchise.
No.
And anyway, my name is El Padre Aaron Hughes, Angry Mountain, and
I'm a
this is...
Gostang. Absolute. Chew.
That's what I'm...
We're going to abuse the news. As usual.
Abuse the news.
Struggling. But I have found news. It's always tough, arguably. We'll see.
He's been news mining.
I've been digging deep, real fucking deep, and ignoring a lot of shit, which is difficult.
Which is IGN.
It leaves me with very little.
Ignore IGN and then you're alright.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we should go down the IGN route. Like I was just saying then, I think we should start doing that. I think we should, every week, we say it now and then it'll just become too much effort, but every week we should invent something and play it off like it's real. Just one news article.
Yeah, that'll be a game at the end, if you can tell the false story.
Yeah.
You don't win anything, but respect, which is valuable.
Which is worth more than gold.
Yeah. So you don't have...
In countries that have too much gold.
Or don't have currency.
Or don't have currency.
Or the moon.
Or the moon.
The moon. Right, abuse the news. Okay. This was a weird one. This is how far I had to dig. But I kind of liked it because it was quirky. Okay. This is Tunisian gaming news.
Fucking hell.
So I've had to travel the world for this shit.
Kabaddi final ends in hyperventilation.
Kabaddi.
That's it. I remember watched that shit.
It used to be on all time, Kabaddi.
Yeah, Channel 4.
Yeah,
do you remember Kabaddi? Kabaddi's basically TIG, but sportified as top.
But don't breathe and play TIG, basically.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's really good.
Right, a Tunisian couple got a high score on a game.
Oh dear.
It was a mobile game.
It wasn't anti-Semitic, was it?
It wasn't, no.
Oh,
it was all completely okay. There's no... Well, there might be some SJW stuff involved later, I don't know. But they won a cow. Like an actual cow. A full cow.
Okay.
Not
just part of it.
Not a steak or
not
anything.
Not a kebab.
Right. Fuck knows why they won a cow. But if you're in Tunisia, because we've many watchers from there.
We have most of our viewers. Ariane's from Tunisia.
Don't worry, you haven't missed out. The game's called Bagra.
Bagra?
Yeah, and it's something to do with cows and aliens beaming them up. It's just a mobile game. But you've still got a chance to win another cow. There is another cow available.
Right.
But this is the best bit. You've got the option to have the cow as a live cow, or they'll chop it up and put it in a fridge for you, and you can have it already butchered. Just a different world over there, I think. It's not quite the same as going Asda and buying a piece. You just feel like you're murdering a cow by winning,
you do feel
winning
like,
the prize.
So I don't want to play this. It's like if people boycott that game, there'd be 2 cows alive now.
Really cute picture of a cow too. Just a normal cow, black and white one. Not some weird
I
one.
hope it's kept in a box with a bow on it until somebody wins.
Ta-da! Would you like it butchered or
just drops out?
Butchered or as it is? Like, what do you prefer?
That's
don't know.
A fucked up incentive.
Maybe
but
they're into
there you go. That's what happens when other cultures just still have other cultures. I think it's nice that other cultures have other cultures.
Win a cow. Yeah.
I mean, it's only when you start the SJWs start falling across the waters and come over into Europe, that seems like a completely unreasonable thing. For me, I find it very, very odd, obviously.
It's odd, but I mean, you buy meat anyway.
Yeah, you do buy
but
meat.
But it seems very funny.
Yeah.
Sony 70. Well done. I was going to do a brief history on them, but I got bored.
They made tapes, then they made tape holders, then they made mini-disc. Mini-disc died a fucking soggy death, even though they still use it in music industry.
They do, singers still use mini-disc, it's weird.
And then they created televisions and stereos, and then the television and stereos company basically went a bit shit because they were overpriced, even though they're quite nice.
Shiny.
And so the way that they try to sell the TVs and the stereos is by integrating certain little proprietary things within their consoles, and the consoles sold considerably better than the rest of the stuff. And as Adams rightly said on many occasions, if it wasn't for the console gaming aspect of Sony, they'd probably be fucked right now.
I bet they would actually, yeah. I bet they would.
If it wasn't for PlayStation 3 having Blu-ray in it, Blu-ray players wouldn't be as widespread as they were.
Well, no, it'd be that, what was that,
HD video.
HD video,
yeah.
Which is basically the same.
Because it was cheaper to produce than a Blu-ray, and you didn't have to pay Sony for the Blu-ray rights, the disc rights and stuff like that.
You could get a plug-in for your Xbox as well, couldn't you? 360 to play them.
For HD, yeah, well, I got it. I picked it up for fucking 20 quid with about 10 DVDs. But the thing is like with
not DVDs.
HD DVDs. But the thing is like with the Blu-ray, if it wasn't for PlayStation 3 having it built in and giving them the discs free to the porn industry, they wouldn't have won that one.
It's the porn, isn't it?
It is.
The porn, so it's everything out.
It does.
You don't believe it.
Well, I love it.
It really
because
does.
when you bring these new pieces of technology out, it still goes down to our baser human nature, which is
sex.
I want to see fucking. I want to see somebody getting pissed on. That's where Twitch is missing a trick. You know, banning that guy for wanking.
Yeah.
Got 100,000 views. Give the viewers what they want.
They want that. Yeah, exactly. Just put like an age gate on.
What have we got here? We got talks. We've got there. We go Tunisian writing. See, I'm Tunisian. Evening chat. I thought I said chips then. Hi there, all there neighbours.
Hey guys.
Hey, anyway.
I'll just go like that. Dub. Right. New Battlefield games being announced, and they're going back to the World War style things.
Yeah, they're going to World War One though.
World War One though, which is probably brutal, really.
Yes,
compared to World War Two, I imagine.
People, there's a little worry that people have about this game because a lot, like the majority of World War One was fought. It was fucking fought, yeah, mate. World War One was fucking fought in the trenches, yeah. You get me? The fucking trenches, the gutters, yeah. The fucking gutters. It was fought in trenches. So they were like, oh, it's just gonna be fucking trenches. People forget that trenches are corridors.
Yeah,
it's a corridor shooter. But they're obviously adding more into that. I mean, I watched the trailer. I thought that was quite interesting. Initially, the first write-up that I saw was it was meant to be you playing as a black guy and an American black guy at that, and it actually offended me. Not because you're a black guy, mainly because you're American. I think it's kind of ignorant to the fact that
it was a world war.
It was not only that. Britain was in that war from the off. 7 million British Empire members fought in that war. 4 million of them were English. 700,000 of them died in that war, and most of them died within the first 2 years of that war. America joined in the end. They started off by supplying us with equipment, and we used to get them to make our firearms. We used to get them to make a lot of our Lee Enfield rifles via Remington and Smith & Wesson and stuff. They used to make our guns for us because we couldn't make them at BSA so well, so much because we're running out of fucking metal and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's that, and that's just the English. Now the French lost fucking ridiculous amounts of people, absolutely monstrous amounts, and then the Germans, obviously they lost them, and everybody else who were on the Allies in Axis side, even though it weren't technically the Axis at the time.
It'd be interesting to see a different perspective as well.
Well,
as
yeah,
opposed to it's always.
Well, how good was Valiant Hearts for that? Because you saw
it was Yeah, it was a French
Really nice.
perspective on stuff. Yeah,
But you did have I mean, the
and a
reason
German
why,
one as well.
The reason why I was saying the black guy thing is because it wasn't that many in Europe at the time.
It's because they've gone to the
comparatively.
base thing as well. A lot of Americans are going to buy this game, so
Yeah, that's
we'll
what I
have
mean.
an
It felt
American
like
in
it's ticking the box.
Yeah, and it
Anyway,
feels like
it
ticking the
later,
boxes, yeah.
it later transpires that your main protagonist isn't black and he is British. And again, that does I appreciate that if you're looking at what I'm saying very myopically, you are going to be like racist. But it's not the point. If you're going to try and be a bit more historically correct, it wasn't that many people there. And plus, the English guy that's in it is actually a Cockney. And
Right.
the thing is we live in the north of
I'd
England.
rather it be American now.
Well, we live in the north of England, and there's marches that will go up and down in this town. We live in Aussie, and I used to live in Blackburn. But there's a march every year which is all about how we used to get treated as Northerners. We used to get used as bullet shields in World War One. Us Northern lads were dispensable and used to just throw us over the front. We were the front line for everybody. We got given the shittest weapons. We got given the trench digging work. We got given everything because we were counted as lower class citizens. It would have been a nice idea if you're going to play as a Brit, you play as somebody north of Watford Gap, which meant that you would be able to put a lot more stress, a lot more strain, a lot more dynamic things. Because if you're playing as a Southerner, the most likely hood is you're going up after the initial fray. There used to be a thing. I'm going to bore you. It's ramble on, so fuck you. There used to be this
He's having
thing.
a rant. He's getting
In
off his
World War
chest.
One, there used to be this thing called the rolling barrage, which is fucking crazy. Right? When I explain this, it's crazy. Each soldier was given a book, and this book tells you at what time, where you should be at what time across that field. Because if you're not there at this time, what would happen is the British had artillery cannons, and they'd fire 40 foot in front of you.
Right.
And you had to be 40 foot behind that, because if you're not, and then after that's exploded, you have to start running, and that creates a fucking clear covering for you, so you can run. Now you better be running to that point again, because there's another one coming behind you, to your last position,
move, yeah. Don't
and in
trip
front
up.
of you, and it was called a rolling barrage, so you had to keep fucking moving. Now if those artillery fellas were a little bit off, or you decided you want to stop and have a fag, you're probably dead. And they sent Northerners up in those rolling barrages, and there were several accounts where the barrages were fucked up, like the mortars they weren't calibrated right because of all the dirt and the travelling.
Yeah.
And stuff, they fucked up. So all of a sudden,
I'm just picturing a
line of dead
level
guys.
doing that though, like a level.
Yeah, that'd be
that'd be
intense as
fucking
fuck.
awesome.
Really
yeah.
intense. Move forward. No wave markers though. It shouldn't have any wave markers.
No, it's just like
It
you're
should
going
be
that
like
way.
you're going that way. And it
Yeah.
should just be a
And you know
fog of
you
war.
are. You can just tell which way to go.
Yeah.
It's just obvious.
Well, there was also this beautiful story in World War One, and we'll get on to the next one after this. But, there's a beautiful story in World War One that the fog of war comes about by the gunpowder and the cordite and the fact that the temperature changes and stuff creates mist and a fog of battlefield. It used to be sweat and steam that coming off battlers and dust being kicked up that created that in World War Two and stuff. World War One it was bigger because you had artillery fire going off and you had just rolls. It was thick. There were stories about people stabbing their own mates because they couldn't see them. It was that tight with bayonets going at them. And there's this beautiful story about just to add a bit of humanity into this war. There was a young lad, I think he was 17 or something like that. He got lost in the fray. There was a big battle, all went off. He's fucking survived it. He crawling. Well, he got turned around a few times during all this shit. The fighting had slowed down. He crawled, and he reached the trench, and he got there, and this German captain popped up, and all these German troops, they're all aiming at him, and he's on his own. Right? And this is why I get tingly about this, because it's lovely. I'm not relaying it well, but the German captain turned around to him and said, "It's your lucky day, son. Your line's that way. Go back."
Yeah.
And he ordered everybody not to shoot that lad.
Yeah.
And they let him go all the way back to his troops because they knew that there were soldiers and there were soldiers that day. And he went, "Yeah,
Yeah,
normal
how would you
people."
feel in that
They were
situation,
beautiful.
yeah.
It's like such a powerful war that a lot of people forget about. But
Do you think they'll have any of that in the game?
no, fuck all of that.
Do you think they'll just be running around shooting people in the face as quick as possible? Maybe not as bad as Call of Duty, but
Yeah, they will do. The trailer of it shows a fuck ton of aerial combat, a shit ton of aerial combat.
Yeah.
Now, World War One was the first war where they was using airplanes to an effect, but they were mainly used. They used to fly over with bags of bricks and stuff and pistols, because they were used mainly as reconnaissance. They'd fly over and map the area.
Yeah.
So they'd have a pistol because they'd get so close to an enemy pilot, and they'd have pistol fights in the air. Like, fuck you!
That's brilliant. Can we play that? That
Right,
sounds
and not
fun.
only that, they'd actually fly up and they had house bricks, because then they'd be like, right, let's fly above him and fuck his
Break
wings
him.
up. Right, and it used to have
Akinora.
Yeah, it was later on in World War One where they actually found out how to fire.
That's
in
a
between
brick made in Accrington, by the way.
Yeah, it is. So the World War One. I'm looking forward to it. I hope that the campaign is slow, laboured, and terrifyingly dangerous. And then I let them go balls fucking mental for multiplayer, definitely.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I hope the campaign takes it serious. I hope it. I do hope they make the effort for it, because it's an interesting period of time. It's dangerous.
Yeah,
as
they
well.
need to change that whole war.
The
thing.
British, the British invented a weapon which was banned even to this day in World War.
Right.
It was a flamethrower unit on a telescopic pole that popped up from outside of the trench.
Right.
And just went, everything's on fire now! And then popped back down. It was amazing. It was counted.
Is that what they call it? Everything's on fire.
Yeah, well, basically, it was counted as that's unfair.
Right.
It was unfair. We've got flame units since, but nothing that split that far. I think it was like 240. It just went, fuck you! And you used to have lines of them all the way up. So if you're trotting on that, you're not avoiding
Not as good as
Anyway.
a nuclear bomb.
No. So so there was that one that dropped, and there was also COD announced.
COD, yeah, I kind of shut off with COD, but it's got, has it got the Modern Warfare? They've sort of remade that, sort of made it shiny and something.
Yeah.
So you can play that.
If you spend 70 quid on...
Is it like a special edition one?
Yeah, if you spend 70 quid on Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, you will get Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, HD remastered. A lot of people are kicking off about the fact that you have to pay this to get this. My instant thoughts were, they'll release that 6 months down the line when it all starts waning, all the money starts dropping off. They're like, and now you can buy it on a standalone. Woo!
Yeah.
20 quid. It was a good game at the time. It was definitely my favourite of them all. It is, however, 10 years old.
It's old now, it's gonna...
And it's because it set all these tropes, I think going back to it might feel even more dated, because it had regenerating bad guys, it had all this kind of stuff. The reason why I couldn't finish it on the hardest difficulty setting was regenerating, respawning bad guys.
And I doubt they'll have gone so deep as to fix everything
Not
that.
change that. It's just aesthetics.
Yeah,
That's all
just to
they've
make a
done.
bit of extra
So,
bank. Okay, so not completely gaming related, but kind of. Windows 10 will no longer be free from the 29th of July.
fair enough.
And I've got two conflicting things on this, but I've been told it's $199 because you can upgrade for free now if you want.
Yeah.
I've also been told it's $119, so it's
Well,
one or the other. I don't know.
I think
But
it's
you can-
fair enough, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, you've had it for now, so it's fine. So it's just if you want it, get it. Takes about an hour to update.
I like it. I've no real issues with it.
I have no problem with it. I think you can stream your Xbox One games with that.
Yes, you can.
If you
yeah.
don't have it, you can't. So if
Yeah.
you're into
Well,
that,
I've done it before. I've streamed it on.
and I don't know if there's any other sort of gaming related things where you could do with having Windows 10 over any of the other versions. I'm not sure.
A lot of the architecture in the new Windows games and stuff.
I think
sort of
going
require
forward,
it.
you're going to need them
Yeah.
at some point.
Because that's the entire point of Windows 10. You had an update on your phones, Xbox One, and
Yeah.
on computers. So now they all.
Yeah, I'd advise doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll do your head in at first because you won't know where certain things are.
It's definitely better than 8, though, isn't it?
Right. Okay. Uncharted 4 could get split screen in multiplayer in the future, they've said. Which is kind of annoying me because it's that whole split screen thing again. I think they did it for 3. I was just thinking though, like, when the next generation of consoles comes out, well, that'll be the selling point. We can now do split screen again, or something like that. It's fucking, it's ridiculous. So you might get split screen in Uncharted 4 if they get around to it, basically. Only in the multiplayer though, because I don't think I want to play it.
No.
Co-op in the main game. It's not built for that, is it?
No, because it's so narratively driven. It's not narratively driven to be co-op. It's
Does
not
it just break it?
Yeah, it's not like a Gears of War or something like that. Because
Yeah.
as much as Gears of War was story driven, Dominic was still a nothing character. Even when they killed him off, or
We just didn't bat an eyelid, did we?
really?
We didn't bat an
And we
eyelid.
fucking loved those games.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, he's dead, never
We
mind.
spent many of hours with the bastards,
Yeah.
but we didn't care. Shadow of the Beast, your favourite game in the world, and mine. Not really. So the remake... so the game's coming out on 17th of May, PlayStation 4. It will include the original game. Yes! That almost makes me not want to buy it more. But
Yes,
you get the original game with it, the Amiga version.
Why
of
would they
that
do
game.
that? That's like, look at this average game we've given you. Now look at what it used to be. It's like, well, yeah, it used to be shit. Now it's average. Why have you made this game? I had this conversation with Sean Holly of the 10 Pence Arcade podcast. I was talking to him and I said, like, well, do you play modern games? He said, I used to play modern games until I started doing the 10 Pence Arcade podcast, and obviously it's taken up more of his time going down the arcade route. It's always something he's been interested in, which is why he went down there. But now whenever he gets time to play games, he'll play arcade games, and he likes to pick up and play, and like, I can play it for 3 minutes, I can play it for 2 hours, I get that, each gamer to their own taste. So I'm like, right, well, I don't mind that, but what I get frustrated with is when a developer decides they need to remake an old game, especially a game that's considered a classic. And classics, in my mind, a classic still stands up to this day.
Yeah, like
right?
Music, film, anything, it has to
stand up
still
throughout the ages.
Yeah.
Now, something like Pac-Man still stands up. Something like Tetris still stands up. Fucking Space Invaders still stands up. Robotron still stands up.
Yeah.
These are all games like fucking older than 90% of the people who play games now. And it annoys me when a developer wastes their time remaking that. So with Shadow of the Beast, remaking a game that people only have fond memories over because the people who were buying games at the time only could buy games off the pocket money in which they were given, which means you buy one game and you make that game fucking last. Shadow of the Beast is one of those games where you buy that game, you make that game last. It is shit.
And at a glimpse, that game always looked good.
And a glimpse
it sounded ace, the box art was ace, the music was ace, the game was shit.
Yeah. I mean, even at the time, comparatively to many other games, and then they've re-released it. Now, this developer could have made something in the spirit of that.
Yeah.
Right? Now, this is another point I was getting at. It's like, instead of remaking these old games, make a game in the spirit of that, which means that you're not beholden to that thing. And I'll cite an example. Resogun. It is Defender in spirit, but not in name. So it's not beholden to the constraints of what people expect from Defender. It is now Resogun that's paying homage to that. So why don't they should have done that, and then I would have gone, men, and they would have said, we cite our major influence for this game is Shadow of the Beast. Yeah.
We wanted to fix it.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's where that's my £27 worth.
Right. Okay. So I've had to delve into rumour territory.
Okay.
But I kind of like this one. It's basically, well, first of all, this is a fact. Apparently, the NX won't be sold at a loss. The new Nintendo console, according to Tatsumi Kimishima, as I like to call him. Kimishima or something. That's on the 17th of March. So it won't be done at a loss, but there's a rumour about, if I can find it, I'll put them together, that there was a rumour a while back that they won't have a disc drive, like an optical disc drive, a CD drive, and it might all be sort of online download, hard drive type,
I can't imagine them
cloud
wanting to do that
stuff, but it just seemed ridiculous. But there's actually something else that it might be that I don't think anybody thought of, which is a cartridge. Again, back to cartridges for the home console. They have it in the 3DS.
No, copy. You can't copy that shit then, can you?
And it's difficult to copy, so whatever. But it's because the company that makes the 3DS cartridges, or the ROMs or something, I'm not sure how it exactly works, but they're basically responsible for the 3DS cartridges. They're called Macronics. Right. They've made a new one of them, like an updated version of the 3DS one or something, just a better cartridge. But they're also, due to this Japanese financial paper, and they've got some sources from somewhere, that they're expecting to grow quite a lot at the same time as the NX releases.
Well, there's many good things about...
Just the rumours, but if people putting bits together, so...
In the N64 time, when Resident Evil 2 came out, it was I think one of the first N64 games to have FMVs in it. And the reason why it was they struggle with it so much is because they couldn't store so much memory on it anymore.
Yeah.
But cartridges are better because they're a physical contact. It means you have direct input to it. It's one of the reasons, like Andrew Buchanan on Show Me Games group, he also did our intro sequence, by the way.
Show Games.
When I was bitching about having to install my games and stuff, it was one of the reasons why you have to install your games nowadays. It is to stop the copyright thing, but it does mean that because it's all stored,
it's quicker, so
it can find it quicker. Yeah. Now, if it's a physical, static piece of memory, like if you want a better hard drive, you get a solid state hard drive. It's static, you don't need to fuck around. Everything's where it is. So if they can create a 120 gig SD card, why not fill that shit with the relevant programming? Yeah. And obviously, I mean, I'm not an electrician, so I don't know.
Tech guy on here. Stephen Tunstall.
Surely that wouldn't be too far removed from what a cartridge is, because essentially your 3DS cartridge is an SD card.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So I can believe it.
I can
imagine it happening. I mean, it might not do, but I can go with that.
I could go with that, yeah.
And especially if it is going to be portable as well, then you've got your 3DS, 4DS, fucking, you'd use the same cartridge maybe. I don't know.
Possibly, yeah.
I don't know. That's just where my head went anyway.
Well, if you have a cartridge, I'm just spitballing off this, you know how you can get SDs and you can get micro SDs, and your SD card has a micro SD slot.
Yeah.
Imagine if you buy Metroid NX and it's on this bigger, new proprietary fucking cartridge, but inside is a smaller slot. When you buy that, you get the 3DS version.
Shove it in there.
And what that does is it acts as an extra piece of memory. It'll have some spare memory on it for whatever that needs. Yeah. So it does need to be in your cartridge in order to play it. So you can't actually go, I'll take this out, mate. You want to take my Metroid and play it on your NX. No, you'll have to have that with it.
Pieces,
so which will stop and also stop the counterfeiting. You struggle to counterfeit that kind of stuff.
Because you need 2 bits.
Because you need 2 bits. And that'll also, like I say, then you've got your cartridge, and then you've got your 3DS cartridge inside. So you're essentially getting 2 games for one, potentially.
Yeah.
But that could be always counted as extra memory. But they could play around with that by putting the game on it. I fucking love that.
If I could just fuck off with it. I don't know how it'd work here, but if they did that, and it was like at least as, then I wouldn't mind it being like a PS4 then.
Yeah.
If it was just a home console, I want it to be more.
Yeah.
But if it was portable as well,
yeah,
and it's the same as a PS4 or an Xbox, then I'll be happy because I can fuck off with it as well. I'll be like, right, that'll do. Right, Mighty Number 9 has got another release date.
Is that the Platinum Games Mighty Number 9?
That's the Capcom fucking, what's it called? Mega Man spiritual successor blah, 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 game.
Jizz Biscuit.
Was supposed to come out in September 2015 and got delayed and delayed. It's a clusterfuck of fuck-ups, is that whole thing, Kickstarter
Capcom, innit?
But that is coming out, no, it's not Capcom, he's the guy that made
the game. Guy that, right,
yeah,
sorry.
Mega Man. And he's done that, and he did it on Kickstarter.
If we had viewers, I'd have them fucking writing in comments and kicking off. About fucking 37 minutes in, you are me.
So it's actually going to come out this time.
Right, okay.
Apparently, on the 24th of June.
June.
Okay, so we talked about the Twitch the other week. There was a guy wanking, and there was another girl that like showed a vagina. I finally got to watch the vagina thing, but it did sort of covered the vagina thing up.
Damn it!
Let's do a little bit more research. Anyway, Leah May, she's called. So a bit more on that. It does look like she does this quite a lot.
Oh,
there is so many clips of her. She wears really provocative stuff, which is fine. But I mean, like really. But then she'll always bend over and go and fix something, and her fucking arse is there and everything's there. She does it all the time.
Okay.
So like a compilation. Fucking.
That's fucked.
Okay, right. That's your little thing. No, I don't mind it. That's brilliant. But
there's videos on YouTube.
yeah. So the vagina thing probably wasn't an accident. Less likely, anyway. So he's having a bit of a rep.
Right, fair enough. Are we keeping on Twitch while we're there?
We can do.
Was it Johnny Floyd? It's going to be a voice.
Well, that's why I was leaving it for the VOP.
Right. Well,
but we can.
I think yeah, it was going to. So it is Johnny Floyd, isn't it?
I think it was Johnny Floyd.
Yeah, I think Johnny Floyd. This should be a voice of the people, but it's kind of like it's news. I think.
Yeah, it's news.
It
is news.
There was a gentleman who was streaming, switched his camera off, forgot that he had his microphone on.
Happening a lot lately.
Which then resulted in him streaming, abusing his wife.
It was pretty fucked up.
And it's fucking horrible to listen to.
You can't see it, but you can hear it.
It is on YouTube. I don't want to recommend you go and watch it because this guy on YouTube who has it, his opening thing that he says is, I'm going to keep this. I've been arguing with myself as to whether I should upload it or I should keep this as evidence and make it privately listed. But I'm like, well, I'll put it up here and I'll let you guys decide. And it's like, mate, make that private, man. Because he's doing it on the off chance that police need evidence. So keep that shit private. It's clickbait and stuff.
Well,
so don't watch it. It's fucking horrible.
You tell the police. Although, in another way, watching it does open your eyes to some fucked up shit.
Yeah. I
can understand why I struggled with it. But
well, he starts off and it's this guy who's shouting at his missus. She's crying. I mean, he just starts off like that. So this guy's obviously just tuned in at this point. Maybe his friends have gone, check out this shit.
Yeah.
And she's crying and he's screaming at her and she's doing that sob where it's not a I want attention sob. It's not that we've had a spat sob. It's she sounds fucking scared. She sounds fucking scared,
yeah.
And as you start listening to it, you do clearly hear him striking her, at least. Now, there's a lot of speculation as to whether he's raping her.
That's how bad it sounds.
That's how bad it sounds.
It's not some silly little fucking argument.
No, it sounds. There is definitely abuse going on here. Anyway, this guy's been banned for 6 months from Twitch, so I know how far I can fucking push this. But it's fucking horrible. I can't remember the guy's name. But yeah, Johnny Floyd shared that kind of shit, and it's wrong. So if you are tempted to watch the video, don't, because it gives him a view, and I get his moral dilemma with it.
Yeah.
But it will get quite addictive if you're on YouTube and you start getting millions of views.
Just to find shit all the time.
Well, not to find shit all the time. You're going to leave it up there, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's terrible. That guy should be fucking arrested because that's just clear evidence.
Yeah, but 6 month ban. Whatever.
6 month ban.
That's a fucking life ban, isn't it? And a long time in jail.
It should be at least some fucking court case. Certainly a trigger warning for some. It's more than just a beating. Because you can't see it. You could understand why people think that it may be some sexual abuse going on.
Whatever it is, it sounds fucking horrible.
It's horrible.
I've had many of arguments. Everybody has.
I've had many screaming row with a woman.
As savage as I've ever heard.
Yeah. I couldn't get through the entire video. I did actually start not feeling ill, just feeling horribly uncomfortable with it.
Yeah, it makes you uncomfortable.
So I deleted it, and people may say like, "Well, you should have man up and listened to it all because of blah, blah, blah." It's like, no. I heard enough to understand that that's wrong, and I don't recommend people watch it, even though that might be a fucking trigger for most people to go, "I gotta fucking watch this shit." But yeah, and if you do watch it, thumbs down it, because I don't want the guy who has got the video to think that it's good that he does keep this up, even though it's, give it thumbs down, which I did. But anyway.
Right.
On to lighter news.
Just one more. and then it's a Star Wars one. I believe you've got a child as well, something to do with Star Wars. Can't remember the name.
The child arrived in the post the other day, all the way from my favourite land of Taiwan, with brand new shoes.
Wow!
Yeah, Taiwan. Yeah, that's what they do. They
Did have a beard?
shoes. Surprisingly enough, it did. Yeah, it really did. Yes, I'm now a dad to Finley Link Hughes.
A born nerd.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful thing.
Finley because I want to go in Finn from Star Wars, new Star Wars film.
Yeah.
But Jasmine didn't like just Finn, so she wanted Finley. I put an extra Y in there because Mum had Y.
Yeah,
So it was the only way.
Connection there.
I mean, she won't let me have Ivan, which I think is the closest I can get to Yvonne.
And it's kind of Russian as well.
Yeah, she won't let me have Ivan. She won't let me have all stuff. So yeah, I got Finley Link Hughes. He rocked up on Friday morning. So yes.
Done. Anyway, I just threw that in there.
Thank
But
you.
Respawn, the guys that make Titanfall, they're doing a third-person Star Wars action-adventure game. I was a bit worried at first because I thought Titanfall, I thought it was giving me more fucking like,
Blasty.
Yeah, blasty, fight each other. But apparently it's an action-adventure based on Star Wars and around your child. So that should be interesting.
Around Finn.
Yeah. No, I don't know if it's around Finn, but yeah. So that's something to look forward
Well,
to.
yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind another Knights of the Old Republic, please.
We can play that
Excuse
MMO
me?
thing.
No,
No, not feeling it.
No, it's meant to be.
I don't even know if it's any good. I just
No, it's meant to be very.
that's the whole thing.
Nah, I'd rather play one with an actual completion. Being able to complete it. But yeah, the Knights of the Old Republic, I mean, still stand up to this day. So why don't EA just re-release that now? Because they still own the Star Wars license, so they should re-release it, high res that, or do me another one because that was made by BioWare.
Yeah. They own BioWare, don't they?
Yes.
So-
Well, that's what Mass Effect were, isn't it?
Yeah.
BioWare.
Yeah. Get Mass Effect done.
Because Mass Effect was
So-
basically the ultimate leap from Star Wars.
Yeah, it's like an evolution of that. Yeah. Right. So that's
but
that.
that's
So what's next?
We have. Oh, we have. New releases.
So I'll just relax for a little bit now.
Coming up this week. Right, this week's releases. Monday 9th, that'll be today then. And we have Kingdom Wars 2 Battles for the PC.
Hooker.
We also have Stellaris for the PC.
Hooker.
There's a bunch of shit coming out this week. Saying that, the next game on the list is fucking awesome. I hope you go and get it. It's Binding of Isaac Afterbirth for the PlayStation 4. Have a look at it, see how much it is. Fucking pick that shit up, it's great. It's fucking brilliant. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
I don't think I like it.
Magic Circles Gold Edition, that's also coming for the PlayStation 4. Oh, this one's a hard one. Mega Tegomasayon, Blank Sea and Neptune versus Zombie.
Try and say that into the Google microphone. See if it knows what you're on about.
Vita, that's coming out on a Vita. Then we have Starbreak for the PC. Taste E, Lethal Tactics actually, for the PC. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, the biggest one and done game on the planet, is coming out
I might rent it.
tomorrow. On Thursday we have Goliath for the PC, also Ref Rain Prison Memories for the PC. Friday we have Doom for the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC. You know, I couldn't give two fucks about that game.
Rent it again. If I rented Uncharted and Doom, it'll be a decent weekend. If I bought them,
Yeah, it'd be a shit month.
annoying.
It'd be a shit month. That's 100 quid in bin. Also, Hero Defense, Haunted Island PC, and Project G for the PC. So very little's coming out as far as I'm concerned. The biggest one there is Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, which anybody with a laptop that boots up can purchase from Steam for next to nothing. So take that off. Everything else, Uncharted 4, I could live my entire life and never play that game and not
Yeah.
feel like I've missed anything.
Yeah.
And I don't like all the reviews that are coming out going 10 out of 10.
Is there?
10 out of 10 this game.
10 out of 10 again?
Oh, these fucking about 10 websites have given it 10 out of 10.
I don't believe it. I'm gonna have to play it now because I know it won't be 10 out of 10 just for that reason alone. Rent
Right,
it though.
Make sure play it, right? And I know that you don't like writing or anything like that, but just
I'll do a video.
do a video or just write a paragraph review.
Yeah.
And then what I'll do is
Right.
I'll doctor it a bit.
I'll put it's Uncharted in it.
It's a job. One and done. As far as Doom's concerned, I don't
7.5.
know. I was into it, and then I wasn't into it. And then I saw some more and went, yeah, no, I feel fatigued by what I'm watching. And then they showed the bit where he went into the level, which was original Doom. He was walking around with some original Doom map, just hidden, it's one of the hidden secrets.
Okay.
And they were running around, and whoever we were playing was pissing me off because like, there's a secret there. Shoot that wall. There's a secret. He's not shooting the wall. He's walking around. Shoot that wall. He's just walking around. I'm like,
It's bad that we know these things before they come out as well, isn't it? Because it'd be a nice thing to sort of accidentally find.
yeah, well, they're in every Wolfenstein game as well.
Oh, they?
Every
Right.
single, yeah. You'll find the original Wolfenstein 3D level
Somewhere, yeah.
in them. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's quite good. But
Yeah,
yeah, so that's new releases. So we're going on to
we are going on to
Vippity Boppity Vippity Boop.
Voice of the Peoples.
Wait for it. Huh?
Lovely. Steve Hester. Steve.
Steve Hester, the game molester.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
You should have that as sort of nickname.
Yeah, I think you should.
Right, he's doing some research. Don't know why, but he's doing some research.
Shits and gigs.
For shits and giggles. So he wants to know like what people think are the most iconic or game-changing titles from the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. He's fully aware of all the things like Mario and stuff like that. He wanted some more slightly obscure ones. That
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. I said Snake on Nokia, but it's too late. It's like 1999.
Was it?
Yeah, I think.
Wow, shit.
Yeah, 1999. But I was always thinking it was
Resident
95,
Evil.
and I thought it can't be because I didn't have a mobile phone.
Resident Evil just changed the game.
Survival horror. I don't know what's that other one though. Alone in the Dark.
Alone in the Dark. Alone in the Dark was too clunky.
Right.
Resident Evil came out and went, here, we've got controls that work.
Yeah.
Got aiming that works. We've got puzzles that semi-make sense.
It was clunky,
We had
but it's
FMV in
workable.
it. It had
Yeah.
all manner. It was like the first game where people went, fuck! On a general scale. There was lots of horror games out on PC.
Yeah.
But that just went boom. And from there, that's when your entire third person just went.
Yeah. We need to get
And
back to
tumbled.
that.
And then obviously N64 came out and Super Mario 64 went, well, we'll do this, but better. Not the horror side, but the three-dimensional controls.
I couldn't really think of anything out of the box that wasn't Snake or WarioWare, and they're all too late. They're all like late 90s, early
Yeah,
2000s.
I'm also trying to think, well, I mean, if it wasn't for Doom,
Yeah, you've got your Dooms and your Wolfensteins, and but I feel like these are things that you sort of automatically go to.
well, yeah, but you only
They usually
automatic-
are the ones.
Well, the
that's
reason why
why.
somebody like me and you would automatically go for them is because we were all around and we were gaming at the time that
Yeah.
these come out.
Yeah,
Which is like, see, because I still highly, I was talking retro games night. I was talking to some lad about my VR thing. I said, "I'll play Quake." He went, "Oh, what Quake do you play?" I went, "Quake 1, man. It's the best one." "Oh, number 2, no, I never really played number 1. Yeah, it came out a few years before I started gaming." So I'm like, "Play number 1." Number 1 was the game that probably scared me more than Resident Evil. Resident Evil scared me, but mainly I felt like more. I was struggling with the
it's
controls.
because of the controls. Yeah,
But Quake, I had full fucking movement, and I had full movement to run the fuck away
Blobs.
and be scared of blobs. But
Blobs are
yeah,
scary.
so when we start thinking, oh, that seems a bit cliche, it's like, well, yeah, but because we live through it.
yeah. Well, yeah, I just think it's been covered a lot though, so I think that's probably why he's after something maybe that people have missed.
Well, again, the reason why it's covered so much is because the games journalists of nowadays are people
Lists.
from our child.
Yeah, but it's always lists, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
See, there's a lot of lists top 10, the top 10 this and so.
Well, we did top 10 Master System games and they're all shit.
Yeah.
The top 10 Game Gear games and they're all shit. And if that's the best that console can do, we're justified in saying it's shit.
Talking about old shit things. Alex Clark, not you.
Not you.
But he posted a link, I think some CNN thing, little clip, and it was like these little kids, probably up to about 8, trying to play an Atari. It looked like an old Atari, and they just sort of let them loose on it. It was like, there you go. They didn't switch it on from or anything. They just let them try and figure it out. He's got a cartridge in his hands. He doesn't know what the fuck it is for a start. He's trying to open the cartridge because he doesn't know what to do with it.
You imagine the collector who actually went, yeah, go on, I'll lend you this. Sat there going,
yeah,
no, man, no, not Battlezone. Don't break Battlezone. Don't break Battle. Oh, you motherfucker!
It's worth more than you.
I could kill you and afford to pay, but if that breaks, it's gone. It's history.
He's putting it on the bottom of the joystick.
Oh,
and the other kids are like looking underneath of where to put this cartridge. They're like, they have no fucking idea. They don't know what the joystick is for a start. They're like, that's a weird remote because it's a stick
and one button.
It's a bit sexual and a button.
That's still sexual.
Still sexual, like a clitoris. A red button.
Red button. Well,
I'll stop doing that now. Yeah, it's actually quite entertaining to watch. It's like a Rubik's Cube to them. They're just trying to figure the fucking thing out. They didn't enjoy the games. They said they were shit, and they
did something similar, didn't they, with the NES, and they had Arya Stark from Game of Thrones on. It was a Teams
It
React.
wasn't the same people, but it was a
Teams
React thing. But they tend to like switch the games up for them.
Eventually.
This was slightly different.
Yeah, well, they tried to get them to put the game
in.
Did
they?
Yeah, and you were like, well, do we do this? And Arya Stark's like, I don't know.
Were it on a NES?
On a NES,
Because that is weird, isn't it? Because you've got to lift the thing.
Well, people aren't used to video players, you see, so
CDs.
that would be different to them again, you know. It's like,
yeah.
Whereas that's why we were brought up on videos, it would have been a more logical sense for us. So this big thing goes into there, whereas they're used to death going
DVDs.
into an automated tray that goes.
Now it takes it for you.
Give me that.
Yeah,
I'll take that because you'll break it.
Yeah. I've already covered this, but Dave Small, he posted the Battlefield 1, which is the new Battlefield thing called game. He posted a trailer for that. Johnny Floyd, we mentioned that Knobhead's streamer. Ian Warren posted a trailer for a game that, well, he didn't show any gameplay. The game's called Dawn of War, but the trailer is pretty fucking cool. It's just like fucking orcs and shit and blood, and it's just good to watch.
Allegedly, apparently allegedly, like we're gonna get in fucking like a lawsuit over this statement, but apparently
we'll get banned for 30 seconds.
Yeah, apparently the first one's better than the second one, but I can't say I've ever heard of either of them.
Yeah, it's just a cool trailer.
Yeah,
I have no idea what it is, but
I haven't had a chance to check it out.
Ariane Preston.
Who is this?
I don't know.
Where am I?
I don't know. She likes her little trainers. She's shared something with Vans. They like trainers. Pumps.
Plimsolls.
Yeah. So like Nintendo ones, they're doing a range of like proper Nintendo ones, which means they'll be really expensive.
Oh, extortionate. Don't make your own Converse, because you can upload your own pictures you want as the printout.
Yeah.
Take that image that they've got, put it on, it'll cost you less money.
Probably.
And you could have your name on side.
Probably.
That's what I'm offering to you.
Just get some from Blackburn Market.
Ah, yeah.
I'm sure they're like a tenner. They might not last long.
You know what? Also,
but
if they're water dissolvable, they'd be made out of eating paper. You get one sweaty foot there, you might. Oh.
Pumps.
Yeah.
Right, Graham Daly.
Oh dear.
I don't know. If Sony, if Sony was to make PlayStation Plus free, how would you feel about that? Good. It won't happen.
That is a response, right, to a earlier post by Graham Daly a few days ago, where he says, "How would you feel if they made PlayStation Network free?"
Yeah, well, I actually had to edit it for him because it's not PlayStation Network. It's PlayStation Plus, isn't it?
Well,
So the same sort of
wasn't
thing.
this a new one that he posted a
No,
couple of days ago?
Oh, has he done a few? I don't know.
I thought this were a new one.
No, I think it's the same one.
Right.
It might not be, because I don't know with Graham.
Because that one was on Saturday after the Retro Games Night popped up.
Right.
How do you want it? You don't know with Graham.
Don't know with Graham. I don't know with Graham.
Brilliant. Graham Daly was at the Retro Games Night at the Batcave.
I saw some pictures, yes.
Right, it was fantastic. See, this guy, we were doing a tournament, you see, and tournaments and live streams kind of hard work when you're trying to.
He does have a nickname of technical issues.
He does have a nickname of technical issues. We're like, Graham, mate, you're up. He's like, yeah, brilliant. I'll just go for a piss. I'm like, no, Graham, you're fine now. Just go to the toilet. No, mate, if you could help me out by just having your 30-second fight.
It's not that long, is it, for a fight? It really isn't.
So,
it would take longer to take a piss than it will to do the fight.
Yeah, it would, yeah. So, yeah,
he's a character.
He is a
He's a likeable character.
He's a card, I tell you.
He's a card. I haven't heard that for a while. Actually.
No.
He's a card.
No, nobody uses that shit.
Right, Liam Thornton. I stole this off him actually, but he didn't post it in the group, so I felt obliged to do it myself. It was an arcade fridge. It was somebody's got converted an arcade machine.
Oh yeah, that was sweet as fuck.
So you got the top was an arcade, as you'd expect, and the bottom is a fridge where I suppose you could put the beer. Now, I weren't so keen on his fridge, it looks a little bit grubby. I expect a better fridge, but I do like the idea of you could sit there and have some beers, play Pac-Man or something, or maybe something more.
Keep your digestive biscuits in there.
Your biscuits in there, or just have it there as a fridge.
As a fridge. Yeah.
But it's an arcade machine as well. It's really good. I know Stephen Tunstall likes to make arcade machines, so if you'd like to make me an arcade fridge for free, I'll supply the fridge. You supply all the technology and man hours.
It's not that hard to. Not that hard to do, really.
The man hours.
I've got a laptop. I've got a spare laptop.
Everyone's going to do it for me. I'll provide the fridge.
You provide the fridge and the cutouts. I'll provide you dimensions and you can have it.
But I don't want to put it together.
No, I'll put it together.
I want someone to do it for me.
I'll put it together.
Because I'm lazy.
But yeah, so
yeah, it's just a nice.
I've been looking at them recently. You see,
quirky ideas.
Arcade cabinets have just been popping up in my head. I'm like, oh, I want one. And I've been looking at the Konami Aliens game. Side-scrolling, and I really want that cabinet because that's one that I always. I've played the game since on MAME and it's fucking turd, but it's one that I've always
wanted. It's like a cool sort of ornament in a way.
Want it, yeah. I want it's working like, but
now
yeah,
imagine if that was a fridge as well.
Oh yeah, but I'll be able to mod it to be a fridge. That's the thing.
Yeah. Or an oven. Maybe not an oven.
No, but you'll be like your shins will be in your foot while you're baking something. I'm baking a cake. I'm baking a cake. Playing a game. Baking a cake.
Could be all manner of things.
Yeah.
A toaster, maybe, I don't know. Just everything. Like a Swiss Army knife of arcade machines, but kitchen. Yeah, you know what I mean. Lee Smith, just reminding people that Life is Strange is $7.99 on PlayStation Plus right now. The PlayStation Store, sorry. Yeah. Bought it a while back for $7.99 because I thought, can't really pass it up. I'm not really feeling it. I've got to episode 2. I've done episode 2 and I'm just like, oh, it's too teenage. I feel like I'm watching Montreal. If you remember Montreal, I feel like I'm watching that.
Yeah, not quite as good as Dawson's Creek.
Not quite Dawson's Creek.
Which was shit.
Yeah, it's like that.
And not quite Knots Landing.
And I keep playing it because it's easy to play and it's got decent like little puzzles in. Not hard, but you know, it's alright to play. It feels a little bit more than Walking Dead, but similar in that respect. But the story is just one trio with sort of time travel things going on and this ominous thing that's happening in episode 5, really, I imagine.
So you know how it ends here.
I don't know how it ends, but she gets visions of the future.
Right, okay.
So don't spoil it.
I don't spoil it. Please finish it as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Because then you'd be like, now I know why that's been shoehorned into Game of the Year. Because I know why it's been nominated for Game of the Year. And I know why Mr. Adam Hurd really likes the game.
Right.
Because it's kind of his thing. So
right.
He can, yeah.
Okay, well, I will finish it because it's kind of enjoyable though, but it's just, I don't like where it is. I just don't like the story.
Talking about the fridge arcade there, Ariana's saying, make it so you need... I'll let you fucking read it.
I can't read, it's all blurry.
Alright. And make it so you need a certain score to get the food. Oh! Friend plays! Makes me dance in sexy ways. How's it going?
We haven't had a dance for a while,
We
thank
haven't.
you. I enjoyed that
Need
dance. I need to loosen up a
Yeah,
bit.
bro, cracked me back in that. Yeah,
Good job you didn't do it last week because he had a sore neck.
Yeah, I did have sore neck. It's still sore actually.
Does that help or
A
made it worse?
lot of trampolining yesterday. The trampolining and kids swinging from me. It was quite hard work. Yeah, so
Thanks
yeah,
for
thank you
calling.
very much. That's really good. Have you been here for a little while? I bet you've watched it all and gone, yo, these two sexy motherfuckers with the feet up. I hope you've not got a foot fetish. Or if you have, click follow more.
Oh Jesus, that's horrible. Right, he's up unfollow. We need a dance for unfollow.
Hey, can you actually have an unfollow button? Can you get alerts for unfollows?
Oh,
That'd
yeah.
be top.
We could do an
Because it makes me feel really awkward when it going,
Yeah.
I'm sick of these cunts, and it's just a tune, but backwards.
I remember the score line.
Yep. It was well funny.
Do a backwards dance.
Yeah, backwards dance.
It's the same as the forwards one.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look into unfollow buttons. Anyway, right.
We'll try it. We'll try it.
Stick around. In closing. In closing, we are at the end of the show. So thanks, friend player.
Yeah, thanks for watching, thanks
Good.
for following, thanks for...
Yeah, thanks for being
Thanks for not watching
here and
Game of
being
Thrones.
you. Yeah, there's all this shit up here that we do.
Yeah.
Look at this. Watch me stroke this birdie. Oh, you want to tweet that? Hashtag bird abuse.
Could do that before a stream. Accidentally recording you finger banging that bird. We'll have that as a headline. Aaron finger bangs bird live on stream.
Tweet. Yeah, so we have a Patreon if you want to give us like 15,000 billion pounds
Oh yeah, please.
a month. We'll only take 2 payments.
Yeah.
We got Facebook. We have a Facebook group. It's got all this shit down here.
Yeah, join the group for constant chatting. We're always on there having a chat.
We have YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you know where we are on YouTube, so there's no point in telling you about that.
If
And we
you're on
have
Twitch.
Twitch. Well, you know where we are on Twitch.
Unless you're on YouTube, then
Yeah.
just think.
I didn't think about this, man. I didn't think about this.
You don't need to think for you. Do it yourself.
Yeah. Well, we presume you're an adult.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so we did the Retro Games Night at the weekend, so thank you very much for all those people who came down to the Retro Games Night. And if you missed it, why don't
awesome
you
costumes.
check out the fucking stream on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, the YouTube.
YouTube's up here, we're on YouTube's. And it's also in the Twitch previous broadcast, it'll be there for 7 days, so check that shit out. It was Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and to spoil the ending, somebody wins! It's a tournament, and I'm in it. I did commentary, and the thing is we did this interesting thing during the stream, where I'm trying to stream, yet people constantly wanted to have an hour-long conversation about how the bracket's going. So I had to turn my back to the stream and go, yeah, mate, yeah, well, he's got through, yeah, I know he's got through, mate. He sat down there. Yeah, well, if you just wait, I'm streaming, mate. Yeah, well, if you just wait there a minute, right? I know, yeah, but you're no, I've got it here. Look, it's written down. Yeah, I'm trying to. I've just missed this fight. Oh, okay. Right,
And
cheers.
people just go into the toilet. Well, they're supposed to be
So
fighting.
that happens a lot.
Yeah.
I swore.
Oh, did you? Oh, what did you say? Fuck up, Minge.
I said twat.
Twat.
I mean, I did really well, and this guy chose Gambit 3 times. I've edited it out as well. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Well, I've just silenced it. That's all.
If you watch it on Twitch,
yeah, if you watch it on Twitch, it's unedited.
You can see
actually.
the swear words.
Yeah, there's a bit where some guy picks 3 Gambits, and I'm talking about Gambit, and I'm like, blah, blah, Gambit. At some point in the Marvel Universe, Gambit was the linchpin to all the universe, where some people think he's cool, I think he's a twat. And then as soon as I said it, I thought, I just swore on stream, this thing that I'm militant against when we're doing the
You've got to shout people now.
I can, because I've edited it out.
Next week, I'm just gonna. Next month, I'm just gonna turn up and swear my ass off.
Yeah, that's right.
Motherfuckers!
So yeah, thanks for everybody who's turning up there, and everybody who supports the Show Me Games, and everybody. Everybody!
And everybody that doesn't watch.
I don't like them.
I do. Just watch them.
Oh yeah. So join us next week, motherfuckers. Oh, in other news, Snoop Doggy Dogg likes to thank you for being
Being what?
for being here and being you. Yeah. See you later, peoples.